Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Letitia Wallace begins now.
Good evening, everyone. First tonight, the partner of a COVID-positive man who fled hotel quarantine in Hobart has opened up about why she helped him escape. The 31-year-old is responsible for causing the snap lockdown in southern Tasmania and is now looking at a hefty fine or even jail time for his actions.
Hobart has been thrown into chaos this week after an Albury man escaped hotel quarantine and lied about his movements.
One of the reasons, of course, for doing a lockdown is that lack of complete confidence that we've actually got all the exposure sites identified.
His partner explaining they didn't think he needed to undergo mandatory quarantine and they borrowed her mother's car to drive to a Bridgewater address once he walked out of the hotel, prompting questions about how he managed to enter Tasmania in the first place and calls for greater border security measures.
What we should be doing is working with the other states to make sure we've got biosecurity people at airports and at the Spirit to make sure that people aren't actually getting on a plane or a boat without a good-to-go pass.
Well, they understand what the law is, and that law is that they need to have a pass to enter Tasmania, and if not, they're picked up at our borders, which is exactly what's happened in the most recent cases.
Police arresting 2 people so far, one for holding a gathering on Friday night and another for refusing to wear a mask. And while there are no new COVID cases or exposure sites in the community, Queensland Health is asking travellers from Tasmania since October 11 to monitor their symptoms.
If that you've got any symptoms that could be COVID, go and get a test. It's pretty easy. There's tests all around Australia, whether you're somewhere in Tasmania now or whether you're somewhere in Queensland.
Southern Tasmanians have been making the most of the 5-kilometre rule, out walking and exercising while wearing a mask. But traders at Farmgate Market were struggling.
It's a shame the numbers are down, but we'll be back here next week and I'm sure our customers will be as well.
Between the 5-kilometre radius rule and the mask mandate, I think there's been a big decline in the number of customers compared with the last lockdown.
Schools will reopen tomorrow, but students shouldn't attend unless they are the child of an essential worker or can't be supported at home. Ahead of lockdown lifting, unvaccinated Tasmanians are urged to roll up their sleeves. For those in regional and remote areas, a vaccination bus is ready to hit the road, starting in St Leonard's tomorrow. Ainsley Kosh, 7 Tasmania News.
An early morning fire has ripped through a Ravenswood social housing flat, causing hundreds of thousands of dollars damage. The cause of the blaze is yet to be determined, with firefighters spending the morning combing through the remaining rubble.
A Ravenswood residence left a blackened mess after an overnight blaze.
We were called at 10 to 3 and crews from Launceston, Rochely and Ravenswood volunteers attended.
Finding the Waring Street structure fully engulfed with flames, which took firefighters 20 minutes to extinguish.
The unit has sustained significant fire damage,
amounting to $200,000, but no other properties were harmed in the fire.
We've been here since about 7 o'clock this morning, conducting the investigation.
Still working to determine the cause. The residence was unoccupied at the time of the blaze. However, 2 people in neighbouring properties were taken to the LGH, receiving treatment for smoke inhalation. Meanwhile, police have charged a 21-year-old Newnham woman with arson. It's alleged she set fire to a caravan parked outside a Mayfield home on Friday night. The blaze soon spreading to the house and causing $40,000 damage. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
A 16-year-old from Mayfield has been charged with attempted armed robbery and firearms offences after allegedly assaulting a 17-year-old at 9:30 last night. The alleged offender was found by police just before midday today with a gel blaster pistol located on him. He will face an after-hours court this evening. Authorities also attended a Glenorchy residence this afternoon following reports of a dispute involving a firearm. The makeshift weapon was located nearby shortly after. 19 months after the original opening date, theatre lovers in Launceston will finally be able to pack the Princess Theatre for an ABBA extravaganza. COVID forced 3 postponements of the Encore Theatre Company production, but the cast and crew can finally see the finish line.
Acting Queens are in final rehearsals. Encore Theatre Company is nearly ready to unveil its long-awaited Mamma Mia production, hoping audiences will say thank you for the music.
Everyone obviously is familiar with all the ABBA tunes, and so that's certainly something that the energy of those songs comes through the story.
Even though it can be quite a heightened show, there's still so many relatable little moments and relationships in the show.
These Super Troopers have battled to survive 3 postponements, making it to opening night their very own Waterloo.
It's sort of like having this cloud that hangs over your head the whole time and you're just waiting for it to lift, and that's finally happening.
When asked if they wanted to return, most cast members said, I do, I do, I do, I do.
It's been a wonderful 6 weeks in the rehearsal room as we added the finishing touches, and for some of the newer cast members who joined us for this season, brought them up to speed.
With COVID popping up in the state's south, it has the crew thinking. But they've got an SOS plan.
Well, we've got the capacity to extend by a few days, and there's a capacity to move a couple of performances if we need to.
A lot of time, effort and money has been poured into the production.
I want to cry. No, it's just been huge.
The show runs from October 22 to November 5 at Launceston's Princess Theatre. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
A charity walk to raise money for the treatment of children's congenital heart disease has been changed to a COVID-safe event due to the stay-at-home order for southern Tasmania. The parents of 6-year-old Zayden took part in the event to raise awareness for their son's condition.
We're getting involved to spread awareness and for funds to help heart kids, help the parents, help the kids when they need it the most.
It's not as well known as what it should be, I think, and this way is a good way to get that awareness out and let people know what's really going on.
To donate, visit the Heart Kids website. The Hobart Hurricanes are without a win following the opening weekend of the WBBL after going down to the Sydney Sixers by 5 wickets this morning. The Hurricanes once again unable to make a defendable score, with the Sixers chasing down the total with relative ease.
A quick turnaround for the Hurricanes, back at Blunston just 15 hours after going down to the Renegades. Sent into bat on a moving pitch, the opening partnership lasted just 9 balls.
Taken! Great catch, Ash Gardner, the catcher.
The Canes taking runs however they came. Dupree's didn't last long, thanks to this screamer.
Taken! What a catch!
And when Johnston was caught on 10, Hobart were in trouble at 3 for 26. The Hurricanes made to work hard for every boundary.
He was keen to have an attack at that boundary and over the top.
Gosh and Carey combining to settle the innings and lift the run rate.
Plenty of that.
Beautiful.
Inside out and over the rope.
However, Carey was bowled for 12, while Naomi Stalenberg went for 1. Gosh and Maloney combined with some late hitting, but the Hurricanes could only set 126. With the Sixers chasing a runnable target, Hobart needed early wickets.
Gone! That's what they needed. Polemic knocks over the superstar Healy. Oh, hello! Has she got her straight away?
Perry and Shafali began settling early nerves, also putting runs on the board.
Shot, sweeps, and sweeps with purpose.
The duo combining for a 63-run partnership before Perry was stumped on 27. That wicket giving the Hurricanes a slight boost. Boundaries drying up for the Sixers as the run rate crept beyond 8 and over. Shafali Vimara eventually breaking the game open.
Oh, great shot.
Does it again.
Got more of that. Absolutely swats it.
The Indian making 57 in a match-winning contribution. Hobart once again not making a big enough score to defend. John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
Meanwhile, Perth has defeated Brisbane in a thriller. Batting first, the Scorchers made 7 for 137, with Beth Mooney top scoring with 40. The Heat making a fast start in their chase, Grace Harris and Georgia Redmayne combining for a 42-run partnership in just 4 overs. Brisbane was sitting comfortably at 2 for 92 before their middle order collapse, losing 7 for 43. Needing 3 off the last ball, the Heat only managed 2, sending the game to a super over.
We've got a super over.
Opener Sophie Devine smashed 2 sixes as the Scorchers chased down the 13-run target. The 2 sides will meet again on Tuesday. In the Sheffield Shield, Tasmania has made a strong start in their match against Western Australia at the Wacker. The Tigers' decision to bowl first paying off, tearing through the Warriors' top order to have them 4 for 61 at lunch. Gabe Bell leading the charge with 2 wickets.
Bancroft's been knocked over. Where there is probably a big inside edge, I think.
Former Test player Hilton Cartwright was removed shortly after the break. Josh Philippi and Darcy Short began steadying the ship, taking Western Australia's score past 100. A short time ago, the Warriors were 5 for 134.
Good evening, everyone. A fine and partly cloudy day for most of the state today, apart from a few showers about the west and far south. Hobart and Launceston reached 18, Burnie 17 and 16 in Devonport. 19 was the high today at St Helens, the Friendly Beaches and Bushy Park both 18, Grove 17, 15 the popular temperature today. That top was seen at Lowhead and Lyawini as well as on King, Flinders and Maria Islands. Luncheon Hill 14 and Lyawini 13 degrees. Here on the close-up, cloud is seen streaming over western and southern Tasmania. Areas of low cloud seen over parts of southeastern Australia and the southwest of WA. There is some patchy mid-level cloud over central parts, while the remainder of the country is generally cloud-free. Tomorrow a cold front is crossing Tasmania during the afternoon and evening. The remainder of southeastern Australia is under a weak ridge of high pressure, while a trough extends from WA through to Queensland. Winds west to northwesterly 15 to 25 knots, reaching 30 knots about the south, shifting south to southwesterly during the afternoon in the south and during the evening in the north, then tending south to southeasterly 20 to 30 knots about the south and west from late afternoon. Seas 1 to 3 metres. A strong wind warning is current for lower eastern, southern and western coastal waters from Wineglass Bay to Sandy Cape, including Storm Bay and the Channel. A minor flood warning is current for the South Esk, Meander and Macquarie rivers. Tomorrow, showers developing in Hobart 16, also in Dover 14 and Ooze showers developing as well 15. Showers increasing in Launceston 17, Devonport a shower or 2 16 and 16 with showers for Scottsdale. A possible shower in Burnie 16, 16 also at Stanley with a shower or 2 and Strawn showers 14. St Helens 17, showers developing, similar conditions for Swansea 17 and also Ross 16 degrees. The UV is high tomorrow at 6 with sunset expected at 7:36 p.m. Tuesday, mostly fine apart from showers about the southeast and central areas, with showers developing in the north later in the day. Light showers about the northeast extending to higher ground in the north during the evening on Wednesday, fine elsewhere. And Thursday, mainly fine apart from showers about the north and later in the west. A mostly sunny day in Perth tomorrow, 25. Cloud clearing for Adelaide, 24. Canberra, mostly sunny, 21. Sunny in Sydney with 25 and 19 in Melbourne with a shower or 2. And here's a look at the current temps. Letitia.
Thanks so much for that, Carmen. And that's all your news for now. Thanks for your company. Good night.